Hey folks, it is Paddy here and I am back at the end of week 6 of my weight loss journey. As you may know by now, my weight loss journey is being made up of 3 approaches, which is my movement, my nutrition, and then it is also being supported with a GLP1 medication, which in my case is Mounjaro or tirzepatide, which is the medical name for it. This is a medication that is similar to the likes of Wegovy, Ozempic, Zepbound, which is another name for Mounjaro as well. So I'm going to take you through my week by week losses, okay? And one of the things I want to call out at the start of this video is I am currently on the 5 milligram dose. And I did another video during the week about how the 5 milligram dose I felt was having no effect on me, that I was feeling more interested in food is probably the best way to describe it. When I start eating, then I'm not eating as much, but definitely I have more interest in food than I did the previous week. So I was really interested to see how has this week's weight loss gone. Okay, so I'm going to take it through week by week as a little recap. So week 1, I lost 6.8 pounds. Week 2, I lost 4.6 pounds. Week 3, I lost 3.2 pounds. Week 4, I lost 3.2 pounds. Week 5, I lost 2 pounds. So that means in the first 5 weeks, I was down 22 pounds. Okay, with the highest week of weight loss being week 1, which is understandable, like in most weight loss journeys, which was a loss of 6.8 pounds. This week, week 5, the week that I have bitched a lot about 5 milligrams, I have lost 5.4 pounds, which is the second highest weight loss since I started. So I'm a little bit blown away by that because I was not expecting that at all. I also had a few days away in Liverpool. Now, when I was away in Liverpool, like I didn't go overboard, but I definitely had different types of food, like eating out in restaurants and stuff like that. Because I am a believer that if you're hungry, you eat. You don't starve yourself. That is not the intent of this journey. If you're physically hungry, that is your body telling you it needs food, it needs nourishment. And I listen to that because I think that's a really important part of this journey, is that we're kind of re-educating ourselves about what is physical hunger. Okay, so that means in the last 6 weeks on my journey, as I say, doing a lot of work in the gym. This week I have been in the gym 5 days out of the 6 so far. Now those sessions typically range from half an hour to 45 minutes, depending on what I'm doing. Then I am obviously, minding what I'm eating in terms of making sure that I'm providing my body with nourishment, and then obviously my medication as well. So that's a total of 27.4 pounds, which is phenomenal in the 6 weeks. I say I'm putting in a huge amount of work and effort with it. These medications, the injections, they're not skinny jabs, they're not like a quick fix, they're not fat burners. And again, I am doing this with a multidisciplinary team, which includes an endocrinologist, GP, my registered dietitian and a health coach. So I have that full team around me. And of course, not forgetting my pharmacist, who, when I contact them, are so supportive, so lovely. And I honestly cannot sing their praises enough because I have their heads wrecked by email when I come up with a query. But anyway, so shout out to them too. They're phenomenal. But yeah, this week I've felt some side effects that I haven't really felt the previous weeks. So in week 1, on day 1 and 2, I felt really cold, really cold. And that can be a common side effect for people. There's people who have worse side effects. That's probably the worst I've had so far, in fairness, like just that feeling of cold. And this week that has returned for some reason, but only in the last kind of 2-3 days have I been feeling quite cold again. So hence like the fleece and stuff like that, even though it's like 21 degrees outside or something. But I can live with that. Nothing wrong with getting a nice fleece blanket and lying on the couch and putting on a movie or that. Other side effects, still been very lucky. I haven't really had much, thank God. I haven't had any, feeling of nausea any week at all, which is great. That is probably the most common one that I see people talking about. But all in all, 6 weeks in, 27.4 pounds down. This week again, week 6, say a full week and a bit on 5 milligram, 5.4 down, which I just can't believe because I've been convinced that it's not working. But I also had this kind of thing happen in week 2 where I was convinced that it wasn't working. And I had a big loss that week. Actually, week 2 was my third biggest loss it was. But yeah, so interesting. And I think it just goes to show that you need to trust the process, and you need to trust your body and trust that the efforts that you're doing them to make progress, and your body will progress as and when it's ready in a way that it is ready. And yeah, so all in all, that is my week 6 check-in. Have a great week.